flag is actually the original flag of Puerto Rico. Back when they were fighting the colonial powers, the color of that flag was this kind of sky blue that you see here. Today you see it as a darker blue, and that's something that changed under American rule. But this is actually a flag that really symbolizes independence and freedom for the people of Puerto Rico. In the opening scene, you see a plantation here of sugarcane. That is actually a nod to the slaves that were the slaves in Puerto Rico, which is a nod to the shared experience of the African American people, the Africans that were brought over to the Americas, right? All of America, not just the United States of America, but the biggest one being Brazil, and as well as Puerto Rico. They farmed a lot of sugarcane there. So that's what you see here is it's a nod to that, acknowledging that history of the slaves and the plantations there in Puerto Rico. This is another nod to the diaspora. So the TOs you see at the table playing dominoes, being of African descent, showing that representation that is very alive in Puerto Rico. The range of people there is so vast because you have a mix of the indigenous people, Taino, descendants from Africa that were brought there as slaves, and then you also have the Spanish culture as well that exists there, as well as some other subcultures that I've recently learned about, but I'll go into that later. So you see the power poles. Puerto Rico actually has a huge issue with their power grid. When they last had the huge hurricane, some people went without power for still to this day. They still don't have power in their home today. Like, they've been living for 8 years without power. There's constant power outages that can last from 2 days to 2 weeks easily for some areas. The lines for getting generators, people have to stay in line for a couple days to get a generator. Like, it's really bad, but it's actually because of a bigger issue of corruption. There's a lot of government corruption there, including the energy provider owned by a Canadian company, but they brought them into Puerto Rico to fix the power issue, and not only have they not fixed the power issue, but they just keep taking more and more money away, and people are asking what's going on. When you really look at the system and the boards that are overseeing this stuff, it's blatant corruption. I know there wasn't subtitles for the Super Bowl, but what Ricky Martin said was really important. He was saying about, he hopes that they don't do what they did to Hawaii to Puerto Rico. He talked about how they're trying to get the older generations to move out. There's constant attempts for the government to push the people out and to bring the corporations in. And it's a really sad situation, and it's not sustainable. And if you start to look into some of the laws that allow people like Jake Paul to go over there and get huge tax benefits without even being there, it's pretty sad. This part somehow ruffled a lot of feathers. A lot of people were like, it's un-American, but the truth is, America usually doesn't include all of America. It only includes the United States. But the truth is, a lot of our resources, a lot of the great things that are in this world come from South America, come from Latin cultures, Afro-Latin cultures. There's so much to be embraced there besides your chips and salsa. That's white supremacists. You gotta get over that. That's not okay. And you're programmed to think that way. This is good, really good at helping to deprogram the brain and say, hey, you know what, America, when we say God bless America, we're not just talking about the United States of America. We're talking about all of America. Like, that's what we should be talking about, because they all contribute great things to this world that we live in. What he said here is really important. He said, I'm here today because I never stopped believing in myself. And